Today's one though. Today's one is one of those ones based on people's questions. The early questions. And actually the mid questions, I'd say, of a client who is attempting to lose weight. The common questions. I could have a whole series just on that. Next question, please. Da, 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 da. Living on a Prayer. Was that not the best Bon Jovi song? I don't think I can name another one though, which is quite embarrassing. I'm sure it is Bon Jovi. Kate Bell, tell me. If it's not, that's even worse. It's not Bon Jovi. Right. Coach Helen for You Fit Studio. Now, yes it is. Good. Thank you, Kate. I clarified. Living on a Prayer is in fact sung by Bon Jovi. Crossroads was the best album, I believe. And again, the only album I know. So it was the best. Right. Now, today's live is about one of those common questions. Because I get them a lot, right? I get them a lot. And it's this question right here that I'm about to say. What can I snack on? Now, the next comment usually is when someone says, what can I snack on? That it's like, if it's in a message, it's generally that. If it's not in a message, instead, it's generally, what can I snack on? I know that's a bad question. And actually, this episode is more about snacking gets a bit of a dirty name, I think. I'm putting my case today, right? So I can feel Layla might do shock face again and go, oh my lord, but snacking is bad. And that's an interesting perception, right? That someone will say this is a naughty question. Is obviously the pre-frame. Or this is a bad question. What can I snack on? Right, and it's a very interesting thing. No, Layla's going, oh my god, and Mary just coming out of shock face. Look at that, snacking. Snack could be snack face. Now I'm going to put a case today. I'm going to put a case today, Layla. Hold on to your seat with both hands if you have handles. That snacking is actually, now let me rephrase that. Snacking can be a good thing. Dun dun dun. Cue Bon Jovi music. Living on a right. Why do I think? Okay, I'm leave that as a statement and leave. No, I am actually going to give a case to why I think that snacking can actually be a good thing, or a not the worst thing in the world. It's not a dirty swear word. It is allowed in the vocab, and I'm quite happy. No, Lila says yes. I say yes. I say it's not a banned word in the vocab. Snacking gets a bad rap. Actually, why do we think that? Right. Okay, you've got to take a different slant on things sometimes. You have to appreciate that not everything is perfection as we'd like, and by that I mean meat and 2 veg, protein and veg and a carb, or whatevs, right? Whatever your variation there is, right? The reality is that sometimes you don't get everything into a meal, right? That's all right. It's okay. The thing is, and I'll go down the road a little bit in a moment as well. The thing is that often we may take some elements, overkill them in the meal, and then go for something that in between that is primarily there for a different reason. So the thing that makes snacking okay for me, if I go through them, right? Well, the things that don't is when let's just say this, when snacking is not constructive, is when it is not planned, you're not present in the moment, you haven't engaged really in what you're eating, and it's not considered, right? So it's not mindful, okay? So you're not present, as in it's just there, so you had it, which you get that a lot. I just cleaned the kids' plate, just had it. You are not engaged, as in, oh, that Rice Krispie cake was really nice, I just chommed through it when I was talking to my mate and I didn't really even taste it. And it's not considered, as in I haven't really thought about this at all. And guess what? I'm going to forget about it too. And move on to the next rice cake, probably, right? So why does it often turn like this? Because we don't plan snacks, right? Because the snacks have a filthy reputation. Nobody wants to plan for the filth, right? You know what I mean, right? No one wants to plan to do something they perceive to be bad. Now, the case I'm going to make is actually, it's actually a good thing, because guess what? You and I, thee and me know that if it's unplanned, it's always something available and quick. All right, available and quick to me is I'm gonna do this. The colours of beige. Wait, can you do it again just for Layla? Layla, the colours of beige, the palette of beige. Colours, palette. It's all beige, right? Everyone's like, no, it can't all be beige. Oh, let's go through them, right? So I'm going to go through some of these out. The common three. Nuts, beige. Toast, beige. Crisps, beige. Biscuits, beige. Any more for anything more beige? Generally go for? Beige. Colours of beige. Colour palette of beige, right? Why? Because they're quick and easy and they're unplanned for and they're generally in a cupboard or they're generally at a fuddle or whatever it is, or someone's birthday. We don't have fuddles anymore. Nobody's had a fuddle for 6 months. However, it's always, the result is it's always quick and easy. And a vegan magnum, beige and brown. Beige and brown, Danny. Beige and brown. I love it. Danny just drops straight in and drops the bomb of vegan magnum. Come on in, Danny. Join the fun. Vegan magnum. Is it planned though? That's the thing. Because everything unplanned is usually beige. Oatcakes, beige. Rice cakes, beige. Nuts, toast, crisps, beige, 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 beige. Right? Beige, 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 beige. It's always beige, right? Always without fail. And generally speaking, the stuff of the beige, let's go for the vegan magnum. Why not? Moorish, yummy, high calorie. Nuts, Moorish, yummy, high calorie. Toast, yummy. Depends what you put in it, remember? Catch my live about the chocolate spread. Shenanigans that unravelled, we'll call it. And you'll know you can get up to 500 calories on one slice of bread. I showed you how to do it. Literally. Crisps, beige, 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 beige. High calorie, salty, yummy, beige. Beige, right? Generally speaking, when it's unplanned snacking and unconscious, unengaged, unconsidered, always beige, always high calorie, always the result of somebody potentially, actually, this is the saddest part of it, maybe as a coach, is that actually someone's meals might be fantastic, right? Everything's there, all the portions are there, looks great in a photo. Still doesn't add up when they're losing weight because the snacking of beige is happening intermittently throughout the day. Now, you would have heard this, and this is nothing new, potentially for some of you who have followed me like a creepy stalker through lockdown, in that as opposed to rainbow of beige and brown, vegan magnums on other ends, Danny, in case you're wondering, there is the colour palette, right, which we know of. Now, the thing is that is the content. The approach or the strategy is exactly the opposite of all the things I say happen sometimes when we go for the beige. So it's mindful, right? You are mindful that you are planning your snacks. You are present in the moment, as in present in the planning for what they're going to be during the day. You're engaged in the eating process of them because you're choosing something of which you know you're actually going to sit and enjoy and plan into your day. You consider it, as in you're considerate with the rest of your day as to, is this actually something I want or need, which I'll come back to in a minute. And mainly that it actually sits with the entire strategy you've got with your coach, because you then take those concepts, like all those things like present, engaged, considered, on plan to some degree, right? And then think colour. Now the thing is that snacking, I want to be clear, snacking isn't confused with treats or splurges or whatever you call them, or eating off plan or the rest of it. That's a separate thing, right? Snacking is something that's happening maybe every day, not a couple of times a week. Snacking's happening a lot, which is where it adds up, which is where if you take the palette of beige and just kind of squish it out for a moment and bring in the rainbow of colour. And just to clarify, because I always have to do this, when I mean rainbow, I don't mean the packet of which it lives within when you buy it. I mean the thing that you are actually going to snack on. Why am I going to say colour? Because actually when I start to, and people are going to throw out things and try and challenge me, I'm sure Kate's like this, I'm going to think of something to get a yellow banana lolly. Banana, I knew it would happen. As soon as we got there, someone's going to throw in something. If I put in the parameters of Skittles, really? Okay, Lola, just for you, let's put the parameters in as I discuss it precisely. Okay. From the earth that is naturally grown and of colour, Layla. I've seen the adverts. I do believe that it does rain Skittles in some parts of the universe, just not in Leicester. So, not Skittles. Although I knew it would happen. I knew if I brought this in, someone would go, aha, I have an answer to you. Cola balls. No, they do not come from the earth. I got you, Layla. I got your number. Walked into it. You walked into my man trap. Yeah, my Layla trap. Get her. Chocolate cake, no. Yes, cacao does, in fact, grow in trees. True fact. But you'd have to have the actual cacao plant nib. Singular. Got your number. Just trying. You're going to try and get me. You're not going to get me. I shall not be caught. Good answer everything. People like this now, right? What can I get it with? Right. Generally speaking, though, unless you're trying to throw me out like this, something from the earth that is of colour, generally speaking, unless you've gone ham, is it as a single item, by the way, not a bunch of or a collective massive bag of, really, you're hard pushed to go too far over 100 calories. Not a massive amount. So if you go 120 for a banana at max, if it's the size of your forearm, then okay. However, if you're actually thinking like vegetables, fruit, etc., non-coloured and non-beige, right, it's quite difficult to do that. The thing that, and that is a consideration. So what do I snack on? Now that is one way of looking at it, right? That you're engaged, you're present, you're considerate of it, okay? And it's the colour choice. The other way, which I do I do with clients, is go slightly different tactic and say, okay, if the colour palette does not float your boat, which for some people it doesn't, I'm going to be honest, it's always an oat cake. It's an oat cake costs nothing, Helen. I'm like, okay, so let's keep to the same principle and be aware of what we're doing. So we're still present, engaged, considered, planning, strategy, whatever you'll call it. Place something into your day that's around about the 90 to 100 calories, right? Okay, those things do exist out there. At the end of the day, nothing is wrong, nothing is evil. It's okay as long as you're planning it and considered for it, and it's not quick and it's not on the go and it's not unplanned, because we've already gone when unplanned goes to the Magnum world. However, this is the final point I'm going to make about this to some degree before I recap. Now, remember, whatever you snack on, it still adds up. So this is me playing devil's advocate. So on one side, I'm saying snacking can be good if it's planned, because guess what? If you're already snacking in an unplanned situation with calories running all over the beige world, and no mindfulness of it and no awareness, any change you make to your direction on it is going to be preferable, right? That's hands down, right? It's not saying do not snack at all, it is evil, it is the devil. It's like, okay, let's get into it and actually work out what we can do to adapt and change it so you still get to your end goal. Now, that being said, even in consideration of that, and even in consideration of choosing a snack that's at 100 calories, so remember, if we're saying that, let's just say base, because maths is not my strongest tool. Couldn't even find the word for it, it's that bad. Let's just say it's 100 calories a day. Let's keep it simple for Helen. So 700 calories a week. Just pretend that we all snack the same amount the weekend, even though we probably don't. So 700 calories during the week, that's 700. You're taking most female clients at the moment, probably sitting around 1 to 1.2 or 1.1 calories. 700 additional calories over a week, although 100 a day, nada. In the scheme of things, no. 90 to 100, When you start to look at it though as an overall week, you can start to see how this can add up though. And so I had it with some clients over lockdown, where and fantastically so actually, they'd moved from like full chocolate bars. Again, if you saw my chocolate bar shenanigans, please join that one to show me throwing around 13 chocolate bars last Friday. Or Friday before, it was last Friday. Not doing that this Friday. You could see there's options there. You could go to like 90 calories for a chocolate bar. And actually, this client in this situation, yes, she did. She went for 190 calorie chocolate bar and 1 pack of 90 calorie popcorn, and she went for it every day. Now, was that better than what the rest of her family were doing on a nightly basis? Yes, right? But let's just round it up, because again, Helen's maths, 200 calories a day for 7 days of the week, 1,400 calories. Let me get there. So that would be, again, if I go back to the average calories of somebody looking to lose weight over this period of time, even though it's slightly changing now, you can see where it's almost an additional day's calories rolled into one. And this is where eating in between meals can be either a benefit or a detriment to whatever your goal is. Big word for me, detriment at this point. Yeah, me. However, the point I'm trying to make is that you have to ask yourself the question, which I said a little bit earlier, is it a want or is it a need? Because most of us want the thing that's beige. Let's be honest, right? Most people want the beige snack. Most people want the Pringles, the nuts, the ice cream, right? We actually want it. So we'll guise it as a snack because we're hungry, but actually, secretly, if we're all honest, we just want the beige. Now that's okay, right? On a moderate basis. However, if we're going to the beige and we want the beige on a daily basis, you have to ask yourself the question, in all honesty, with yourself and your coach holding yourself accountable, and your coach holding you accountable. If things aren't adding up, then it's this is an awareness piece. Because yes, when I got into it, that client, when she realised what was happening, I said, fantastic, do you know what? You took something that could have been 400 calories a day and took it down to 200. That is great going, right? And now what we need to do now is just change it from every day to every other day. So you're still bringing it down, because I knew that from her choice and the environment, it was a want, not a need, right? And this is where you have to challenge yourself. If you're eating between meals right now and it's a want and you're not genuinely hungry, what you need to do with your coach, or if you're not working with us, contact us, right, is actually work out how to take your behavior right now and adapt it for your benefit, so you can still eat between meals and still get towards your goal and still keep within what you need in terms of calories. So Serge, I really needed this reminder. Oh, good. Once a week special treat or snack is okay, but adds up in a week when it's extra days of food. Yeah, it is true. The most, I would say the most I've ever seen someone do with regards to snacking, it was around 3,500 over the 7 days, somewhere around there. It was three and change. It was a medium to high change though, because I remember it was like, I use a word that never used, aghast. Wow. And so was the client as well. Actually, it was a complete unawareness of what was happening, actually. And when you say it like that, when you say to somebody, actually, do you realise that over a period of time you're eating another 2 days worth of calories just in between meals and at the weekends and stuff, it generally can throw people into a loop, because they're like, wow, I have never thought of it like that before. I said, yeah, because actually if I put all this food in front of you all in one go and said, right, go forth, you'd be like, ooh, no way, can't manage all that. I was like, okay, but actually if you think about it, this is all the calories you're consuming over 7 days collectively, additional to your meals. So this is why I say that sometimes taking a different view of an existing behaviour can help you understand it differently. I still fundamentally agree with my initial statement that made Lady go, oh! Which was that snacking can be good for you if it is an adaptation of your existing behaviours. So maybe I was a little bit sneaky with that point. I'll give myself that. However, think about it. We all know, like I said, we want the beige. If we were really, really hungry and it was planned, and it's considerate and it's mindful and you're engaged in the process, it's considerate of the rest of your week and it's considerate of your goals even, you might say, then yeah, it's constructive and can be placed within a behaviour to actually help you out a mile. But yeah, it's good to have a reminder of this stuff, because often we take it for granted, that we understand how the whole system works, but actually just the small things make a big difference, right? So to recap, I did say right now snacking can be good for you. Aghast. as long, and we know that, I'm going to recap it. So if you're not present, if you're not engaged, if it's not considered, if it's on the hop, it's unplanned, it has a detrimental effect, hands down. And it is a lack of planning that always leads us to the beige, right? Beige is always quick, it's always easy, it's generally higher calorie without getting specific. And result, we love quick and easy because we think we need it, we really want it, and it adds up, right? It shifts the weight sometimes not in the way we're looking for. I said before, you guys try to get me and you can't get me. I'll get people direct message me going, what about this? I'm like, no. I say think colour from the earth, wait for it later before you say banana lolly, and colour, right? So generally speaking, when I give that as a guidance, I can hear the silence on the other end, and people like, she has me here. I'll probably have some here like, oh, what is from the earth and of colour? However, fundamentally, I know that, at least if it's a singular item and not a body shape size bag of those items, it's still within a reasonable amount for somebody to manage that through their week, and it's probably going to be an improvement on where they are, right? And as I said, and I did that final recap, it adds up. Whatever you have in between meals adds up. It doesn't disappear at the end of the day into the amnesia of food moment. It collectively adds up over I always say use 7 days because it's easier to explain. 7 days, even take 100 calorie snack. That's without anything else you have as a treat. There you go, 700 calories. Or, you know, that lovely client who it's a fantastic choice. Came in at 1.5. That's a whole day's extra food in just 2 90-calorie snacks a day, right? So it's an awareness piece. Be aware of it. Talk to your coach if you're in that space, because that always helps. Join me again tomorrow. Ooh, I hope this is, I usually do have these in order, but I hope it's not the craving monster. I hope that's on tomorrow. I've got some good ones coming up. I'll give some insights. Oh no, wait, I've done that one. It's not that one, I've done that one. Okay, we've got loads. I've got food prep, I've got time, I've got taking the journey as a couple. Oh, that one will be good. Oh, I've got loads of good ones coming up. The planning's been done for the next 2 months, guys. So you've got some corkers coming up. Ooh, so I can't give too much away. Oh, thanks, Sage. Sage, I hope you're coming on Saturday. I saw Reg was in. I didn't see you, Sage, so I hope to see you guys on Saturday at the boot camp if you are members. And Layla, do message me some other options that you believe may be colour other than Skittles. In the meantime, guys, have a great evening and I will see you tomorrow.